it's absolutely like the ghosting, the matching and not saying shit. It's just weird, fucking weird. But yeah, taking it. By the way, what's up, everybody?
Nice.
Take it day by day.
What up?
All right, sorry. Shouldn't have pressed record while I was responding back to somebody. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know what it is. It's your boys. This is We Ain't Found.
We ain't found shit.
And we back, motherfuckers. Did not do an introduction last time, so I guess let's go ahead and do it this time. It's your boy Court. That's it. I ain't doing that AKA shit no more.
Damn, it's done.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the light-skinned God, man, in the building.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm talking about?
y'all listened to the last episode.
Yeah.
Y'all probably already know. If you didn't, we'll just reiterate that the R&B Charlatan, the R&B drive-by, my brother,
one and only,
our brother,
yeah,
Carl or Teddy, is no longer with us. December 7th, 2022. One of the most worst days of my fucking life.
That's the same date from Pearl Harbor.
Was it?
December 7th.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can see that because
I don't know
like
why the fuck I remember
that.
that. That's weird.
And I had a thought about this shit yesterday. Like I keep saying that. It's like, this is the worst day of my life. And I was like, yeah, but for that nigga, it was probably worse.
Perhaps.
Or maybe not.
It was a little rough.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Like
I don't know if you living and then shit just changed. Like that's a pretty bad day.
Well, I was watching, oddly enough, and fuck y'all for judging, Masters of the Universe today, the cartoon that they put out on Netflix a couple like last year.
That's the updated version or it's the old ones?
Updated version.
Okay.
Pretty dope, man. Kevin Smith did it. And the president from 24 was the voice of Grayskull, the very first He-Man. He said that we're all scared to die, we're all scared of death, but death is just the beginning. This is where life begins. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing because that's not exactly what he said. And I was like,
the transition point,
right? And I'm like, huh? Like we I know for a fact, maybe not so much now as I've gotten older, but when I was younger, was definitely afraid of dying.
Yeah, same. I think it's a young you move from early invincibility.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm young, I'm athletic, I'm whatever. I can't be hurt, or if I get hurt, I bounce back.
Right.
And then it's like as you get into the world, you like, oh shit is real. Like a nigga could die.
Right. In so many different ways.
Right. And then that's where that fear comes in. You're like, well, I don't want to die. I'm trying to do shit. And then I think either as you get older, it either gets worse, or if you like the light-skinned guy, you just accept it. It's going to happen however it's going to happen, and you want to try and go out as gracefully as possible. Otherwise, you will be pissed, and you will demand re-entry. If I don't go out, if it's several scenarios that if I die that way, I'm fucking coming back. I don't give a fuck.
Well, what are the scenarios?
On the toilet.
Oh yeah,
coming back.
Yeah,
that's not right.
That's a do-over.
You're not gonna do me like that. You're not gonna do me like that.
Like, and then you got to think about like the process of that. Like paramedics are coming to get you. They're mumbling to this guy, shit it all over us,
bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally shit everywhere. Like, that's a tough one. That's definitely one that you should get a mulligan on.
I feel like a car accident, I'll allow it. Any kind of shooting where I didn't shoot somebody also, I'm coming back.
Okay.
I got to.
I can't somebody can't go alone.
I can't be in Black Heaven. They like, what happened? I got shot. Oh, okay. You shoot back? I mean, I tried. I was about to. Nah, I can't be out there like that.
I get that.
I'm coming back. I'm busting my gun. I'm gonna hit something.
Something, right? May not be the person that's shooting at you.
That's terrible.
I'm not going alone.
Now, how pissed are they gonna be if they in black heaven with me? Like,
Right.
what you shoot me
Like,
for?
nigga, what did I do?
The
Like,
fuck?
listen.
I'm like, hey man,
It's heat of the moment. Bullets
Shit
are flying,
happens.
man. Man, ain't got nobody's name on it.
let's go try this chicken.
Yeah, I heard it's delicious. No, you don't want
Absolutely amazing.
No, you don't want. Okay, so you just gonna give me the finger now? Okay.
Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah,
Together?
like I feel like that's
What
a
are the
rule
rules?
that should not be broken. Like,
I'm trying to tell you. What's some other scenarios? I don't know. When I see them in movies or shows, I'll be like, oh, nah, I'll be coming back.
I don't want to get like ninja sword by somebody or
Yeah.
like I don't want like to get like I'm just going on my regular day. Some nigga come out of the shadows and just and I'm out of there. Like, but I had to do some dastardly shit or at least piss somebody off enough.
For a ninja?
Yeah, for a ninja to be sent out.
For either a ninja to come after you or someone to send a ninja for you.
But what if they like made a mistake? And
You've done some shit.
Instead of
Do
apartment.
ninjas make mistakes like that? I
Like,
feel like they're probably better than the police at choosing
Well,
the right
if,
person.
Well, what if like somebody gave them the wrong info? Yeah, he's in apartment 3.
Yeah.
And they really looking for the dude in apartment 1.
Yeah.
And then like they carrying me out and dude in apartment 1 is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, what happened? Man, it looked like a ninja went in there. This nigga started packing his shit.
You know what I'm saying? They done found me.
They owe it to me again.
Yeah, I don't want that. I always would make a joke that I would probably end up getting killed by like an ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife. Like one of my ex-wives is gonna take me out and shit. That's
terrible.
I think that'd be a pretty terrible way to go.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like I don't want to die on the toilet.
No.
I don't want to die while having sex either.
No.
And
I don't either.
I don't want the color purple treatment.
Yeah, I don't
he died
either.
on top of me. I don't want that. I don't want that shit. I don't want that.
I feel like that's too. I don't. As much as I can, I suppose, I don't necessarily want to go in a way that's going to scar somebody else for life.
Right. Exactly.
Unless they need to be scarred because they tried to kill me or they killed me.
That's true.
But again, so like like you talking about the ninja scenario, and I think of like, oh girl, I think I brought it up on here before. The college student at SMU rolling down 75. Big rig came over the top of one of the overpasses, fell on her car. Never saw it coming. Most likely was painless because it's instant. I'm like,
I
don't know.
Be like a little pain.
I mean,
like a tad,
but it's got to be so quick because
Yeah.
this was my thought, and that's exactly where I was going was the pain. I feel like if it's instant and I basically felt nothing and had no time to prepare, I used to be like, nah, I'm coming back. But I think I'd be okay with that. If I feel a lot of pain, like more than I thought, like if you die, people say it's painless. They went in their sleep. You don't know if these niggas in their sleep can't move and they just suffering for an hour.
Like there's some like, let's wake this nigga up, okay, cause you're about to die. But guess what? You're gonna be present,
right,
and not be able to move or tell anybody anything.
You're gonna feel this.
Yeah,
you can't do anything about it, and the result will be death.
Right.
It's like, I'm coming back.
Yeah, like
it
was
back.
pretty painful for the motherfuckers watching. That's painless for the motherfuckers watching this
and that's
shit.
the thing, man. Seeing somebody pass is traumatizing.
Boy, is it.
You don't get that out of your memory. Sometimes, depending on how just raw it was, it's very vivid.
Vivid, right.
So that's why I'm like, I don't want to do that to nobody else. I want to just
go and be gone and be found or some shit like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
But, and I would like to be found by somebody who don't know me. Like, I don't want nobody in my family to have found my ass on the toilet sliced up by a ninja.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, didn't even get a chance to like wipe.
Come on,
like that. Boy, just
Come
like
on,
that's
bro.
embarrassing, yo.
It's
like,
terrible.
Like, look at his dick.
It's
Look
terrible.
at his dick is just.
There's no dignity in
Yeah,
this.
there's nothing. It's
I need dignity.
He got shit all over himself.
I need
Boy,
dignity.
Dick and balls is out. Like this ninja just like he didn't even have the decency to fully decapitate him. Like his head is still on. And
Half
shit.
of it. Half is just dangling by a brain thread. That's,
Looking like a fucking Muppet in this bitch and shit. He like you just stick your hand back down. I don't want to stick my hand back there, but like, oh,
I'm coming back.
yeah. I think there's some do overs.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt. I'm coming back.
I'm coming back. Right, I'm coming back.
I'm coming
back. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
I'm coming back.
I definitely one of my I don't want to die while eating.
Yeah, nah. I don't
Yeah, I'm a big dude, and
I don't want to choke.
My story. Yeah,
I don't want to choke.
I don't want to choke.
I want to choke on shit. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Right.
I ain't doing that. I'm coming back. If I choke, I'm gonna be back.
Right.
Because that's not acceptable.
I don't want to get eaten by a zombie either.
Nah. The zombie. But if you get the zombie bite, do you go the route of I'm just gonna kill myself?
I don't know.
Because so my opinion is, for the betterment of the group I'm with, I'm gonna be like, all right, man, give me the gun, give me the one bullet, I'll handle it. And they'll be like, okay. And I'm gonna throw that bitch as far away as possible. Because I'm about to be the zombie king, nigga.
Right.
I'm taking over.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm coming out.
Like, I don't know if you watched this season of The Walking Dead, but when my boy from Everybody Hates Chris was on there, I felt like he had like one of the most gruesome deaths
I don't
of
see.
the series. You see it? Oh, they tore his ass apart. They
ripped him limb from limb.
Yeah, they peeled that nigga like he was an orange, and he was stuck. He was stuck.
Ain't going out like that.
In one of those little revolving doors and shit.
Oh wow!
So he couldn't, like, they weren't gonna let him in because all the motherfuckers was out there, and they let him in, and they were gonna all get fucked up. So, they throw my man's face apart and shit, and like, hey, that's not.
I feel like the problem with the zombie stuff is nobody ever tries biting them. Like, you come to bite my face, I'm gonna bite you.
I think that would stop a zombie in his tracks.
I think a zombie would be confused.
He wouldn't know what to do.
He like, hold on, nigga, is you us?
Right.
Is you us?
I'm sorry.
What?
I thought you was one of them.
You smell like you living. This nigga bit me.
I'm
all right,
confused,
carry on, guys.
Yeah,
He's one of us.
This is one of them.
Somebody should bite. They never do that. I mean, probably because they don't want to be infected and become one. But is there proof that if you bite them, you'll get that? They bite you, yes.
What if that's a cure?
What if it's the fucking cure?
Yeah, you bite them, they turn back. And then they apologize like, I'm sorry.
Imagine trying to tell that to a survival society. Now, hear me out, guys. It's going to sound crazy. But go with me here. That is not happening.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
They're going to be like, you do it first.
Right, exactly.
We're going to drop you in the middle of it.
Go ahead and try your hypothesis. Like, we got a whole bunch of the motherfuckers sitting right out there. Cause like,
it only works if we all do it.
Right, don't worry. We have your back. We're right behind you. You outside, next to you, clink, 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 clink. Damn.
Didn't work. Open the gate. Open the gate.
Zombie you. So apparently I was wrong.
Open up. I'd be a dope zombie though, so I ain't gonna do myself. I feel like if I get bit by a zombie, I owe it to myself to experience that side of life.
Yeah, check it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it feel like to you?
Because we only know what we see in movies and stuff. We don't really know what's going on. What if it's heightened sensation for everything? What if biting into a person is like multiple orgasms? Would I rob myself of that? No. Not at all.
Right.
Not ever. So, yeah. If I'm ever in your group and I get bit by a zombie and I say I'll take care of myself, I'm coming back.
Yeah, just know. I'm
coming back.
Just know, don't trust this nigga. Like, yeah,
I'm coming back.
Have your sticks and your.
I'll be the leader of the zombie crew.
Follow his ass.
I'm taking over. I don't know what the hierarchy is, but I'm in that thing.
Definitely gonna get bit by this nigga. I definitely don't want to get bit by somebody I know either.
Nah. But that's how it be. They be like not wanting to
kill their loved ones and shit.
Yeah,
And then the loved ones
kids and the wife and all that. I'm like, I ain't gotta kill them. I knock the shit out of them though.
I think I wouldn't have a problem stabbing like somebody. Like I wouldn't want my mom's turning into a zombie.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably have to think about some shit. I'd think about like times she like beat me as a kid or threw shit at me.
I'm more like that movie where they be like keeping their loved ones in a cage or something and feeding them randomly, secretly. Right. I'm like that. Like, I'm gonna keep you around because I ain't gonna kill you because you're my people's. Like Maya become a zombie. I ain't gonna kill her.
Right.
But I might throw her at somebody.
Right.
So that she can continue on.
Yeah, get them. I said, get them. Like, how do you control that shit?
Stop coming back.
Stop coming back. Like, I didn't. Hey. Should have killed your ass. now you eat me.
You did the shit, son. Now I gotta bite you.
I think I told my whole family, it's like, hey, yo, I was like, I just want y'all to know, y'all turn the zombies into zombie apocalypse. I have no problems at all.
Damn.
Killing every single one of you niggas.
Nigga coming through with the sword. Nigga like, we're not even zombies. Nigga, you will be.
You know?
Like,
shut up, I need to practice.
Oh shit!
But I'm alive. I'm okay.
We might be the only ones in our group during the zombie
You know what I'm
apocalypse.
saying?
After this, I don't think nobody
gonna want to fuck with us. Yeah, and shit. It's like
we're gonna be. Come on, guys, we got food over here. They're like, we ain't found shit, niggas.
Yeah,
nah, we
good.
not. We good.
We're good.
I'm eating this grass. It's been holding me over.
It's delicious. So why do you have that sword in your hand? Don't worry about it.
Protection?
Come on, man. Like,
let's talk.
Hey, I always have a sword in my hand.
Let's talk.
Always. I guess we'll start with did you, this is a little probably a conversation we should have had off podcast, but you ever get a hold of Winston Bosch folks?
Oh no, not yet.
Okay.
No. I need to.
Do you wanna?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up.
I mean, do you want to do the okay, we'll do it. Be on the safe side. No? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, cool. So, no. That conversation never happened that y'all just heard. So, there's that. Even though I did put it in my last YouTube video. Speaking of, man, if y'all into fragrance and shit, want to learn some more about
it. If you want to smell good, if you want to know what smells good. Because what happens is you go to the mall or something, everybody trying to spray everything at you. Mm-hmm. You be nose blind. You don't know what the fuck smell good. Yeah, at least get some starter points.
Get a what's it, agnostic, some shit like that. Yeah, but like you said, nose blind. Don't buy retail. I don't, personally. You can't do it.
Because retail is stupid.
Basically, unless they're having a sale.
Yeah. I am going to add that 1 million back, though. I was looking at a thing where people it was on IG, I think, and somebody was saying, like, what's the best one for men? But it was, like, women responding, and the top like getter was that 1 million,
that 1 million.
That Paco.
Word.
I was like, I need to add that back to the collection. I used the whole thing in my last one.
I figured it would have been Savage.
I need to get it back. Did I see that one? I saw 1 million, and then I saw, not Creed. Damn, I can't remember the other one. I should have sent you that post, but I might have been. It was late or something. I don't remember what happened. But when I saw Paco on there, I was like, it's a sign. Yeah, I was like, it's a sign. But yeah, just another fragrance reviewer, man. He gonna put y'all on to the good stuff. You don't want to be out here funky, trying to holler at people and stuff. It's important.
Yeah, like ladies too. Like I've done a video.
Yep.
with ladies fragrances.
Need to kick another one out, man.
Man, this shit's expensive. Like getting little samples and shit. Like I think I spent like close to $70 on all those. You know what I'm saying? To only turn around and give them away to my mom and my sister. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they benefit from the shit, but it should cost me some money. It's you know what I mean? So yeah, this shit is starting to get a little expensive. So y'all watch, so I can start making some money off this bitch.
Like, and after that day, it turned around. Everybody started watching.
Everybody started, right? Yeah, just told them just straight out what I needed and what I wanted. Since this happened, I guess last night, and it's making the news rounds today. Let's talk about that Jonathan Majors incident that apparently is not an incident now. For those that haven't read or don't know, living under a rock or whatever. Boy John out here doing big things on the acting scene. Was in the last Creed movie. Playing Kang the Conqueror. Basically was gonna get the keys to the kingdom, and that looked like for like a moment there, and it still may be fucked up.
I mean, in spite of that, not in spite of that, I think if we find out that he did that, it's terrible. It's reprehensible, and he should be held accountable. The man is a great fucking actor.
Oh my God,
he's a great actor, and I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know. That's Duncanville's finest. Lord knows what he went through out there in Oak Cliff.
Yeah, Oak Cliff.
Yeah, that shit that he drawing on for inspiration.
Was trying to survive out there in these streets. Man.
Yeah, Yeah, fighting over lemon pepper wings. Damn.
Oh man. So
He's been accused of assault. It's his girlfriend though, right? Like
someone
assaulting
that
her?
said, because they keep saying that, like someone that is saying that she's his girlfriend, but shit, that probably was the problem.
So could be fuck buddy or something.
Yeah, she wanted to elevate her status, and she just ain't elevatable.
And we talked about this yesterday, like that, apparently it happened in the cab. So there's at least one other witness and possibly a video. And now they're saying there is. So they're saying he should be cleared. The problem here is now other people are piling on and taking shots at him, which in the way of like whether you're trying to hold somebody accountable or not, I think it sucks because it's like I'm dealing with this, and now you want to shoot arrows on this front while you see me get hit.
But when you could have did that shit at the height of my popularity,
you could have just came straight out, and then now you could be vindicated. You could be like, I told y'all ain't want to believe me. And people were always talking about, well, you can't say certain things about certain people because of career and shit. At that point, man, you got to make a decision. Is it about the career, or is it about warning people about some shit so that they don't create more victims? Right. That was my thing with everybody from R. Kelly to Bill Cosby or whatever. Fuck your career. These niggas are doing terrible shit to women, and we just keep acting like it's not happening, enabling stuff, or the people who know are just like they know,
right?
And they just stay out the way. So that means you are, what's the word? Complicit,
right?
In what's happening. And when you have an opportunity to speak out on some shit that could help somebody else, you should, man. Just period. I understand. It might fuck with your career. You're going to be all right.
Right. Or your money or personal relationships with that particular person and shit, but you can't let, you know, somebody be a fucking asshole just because they want to be a fucking asshole and shit.
I'm saying, wouldn't it be helpful to know that, like, on the third meeting with Jay-Z, he just pulls his dick out and sticks it in your eye, but nobody says anything because it's Jay-Z?
It'd be a little awkward.
So you just be weird as fuck around me, and then when he do it, you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
But it's like, you tell somebody else, yeah, man, we met up with Jay, and they've been through it, and they're like, oh, yeah, anything weird happen? You like, nigga.
You could have told me.
Right.
Yeah, you could have told me.
But then that's where, hey, what if you like, nigga, he did the dick in the eye thing to you? He like, no. That's new.
He
like,
just wanted to make
he didn't do that to me either. He didn't do that to me either.
I just thought, he did it.
I'm throwing out crazy shit just to see what you go.
I just want you to feel alone, just in case just in case he did it with you. Yo, want to get pizza?
Smooth transition.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've always thought it was weird when people decide to like. And that's the whole thing. You can't police victims and, how they... It's not even the victims. It's motherfuckers that heard some shit secondhand. Basically it's hyperbole. Yeah. And, like... But personally, if somebody told me some shit like that, like, I don't know how serious I would take it unless that actual person they were talking about confirmed it. Yeah. But in the interwebs, out in the world of the internet, Twitter sphere and shit like that, that shit grows legs and it fucking runs. Mm-hmm. Like, so that's gonna be a thing for him. From now on, I can already see it. Anytime Jonathan Majors has anything coming out after this, there'll be somebody that'll say, "Oh, about he's a psychopath. Remember, he used to beat women. He used to do this. He used to do that." You know what I'm saying? And we don't know if that's true because we're getting that secondhand. Right. But we don't know, and yeah, two different people, cool, I get that. But we don't know what their motives are. Right. Is it truly to expose them?
I don't even know who the fuck they are.
Or who the fuck they are. Like, are they trying to expose them? Are they trying to gain some limelight from this unfortunate event in his life? Or are they just like haters? Or they jealous and shit?
Because the way I think about it too, man, is and not as an excuse, but we're all human. At different transition points in our life, we do stupid things, sometimes mistakenly, sometimes willfully. It doesn't mean that it's okay. But if I'm fucking 38 and you talking about, he a sociopath because he treated so-and-so like this, and that was when I was 18. Right. The fuck, man?
That's 20 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, what the fuck? Now, if I have a trail of it, because I'm a big smoke fire person, so if like 17 people come out, then you might got a problem, bro.
Right.
You got a little pattern going on here.
One a year between us. Like,
There's a pattern.
But
I don't know if we can ignore this, but
so it's just some shit while he was at NYU or some shit like that. Well, my man is.
But also, this is a good opportunity. This is the way I'm taking it. Until there's irrefutable evidence, if she says that happened, cool. I believe you. I believe it happened. Let's see what comes out. Because I'd rather go from that standpoint. And then if he's, exonerated or whatever, and they're like, yeah, there's no evidence she was lying. Cool. So you're one of the few who has lied about some shit like this out of the overwhelming number of women who've actually experienced abuse and that kind of stuff. So I feel like, but then also, let's say he did do this and it's on video. And this nigga, he said, what? I ain't the greatest. I ain't the greatest actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he needs to be held accountable criminally, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure he'll lose opportunities. But what is the path back? Is there a path back?
There should be.
I think there should be.
And I think that's the problem with the so-called cancel culture prevalent in today's society. Like, that somebody should be able to redeem themselves, especially if they're willing to do the work and they understand the toll that their actions have taken on the people that they, I guess, acted on.
Yeah.
They should have a redemption way back. It shouldn't be over. Like John, I'm just using him as an example, but we can use Louis C.K. We use all the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors shouldn't be, Jonathan Majors, the actor yesterday, and then a week from now, Jonathan Majors, the nigga that bags my grocery at Kroger's. You know what I'm saying? It's
nigga
like
homeless now.
Right? Yeah. There shouldn't be that of an extreme. Like and I think that's a problem as a whole, not just with motherfuckers like in entertainment, but in society, especially in America in general. Like y'all, and I say y'all because I don't feel this way about the shit. Like motherfuckers go to jail, and even if they serve their time and they get out, you still look at them as a criminal.
Right.
There's no path back for them.
Right.
So of course, the recidivism rate in most prisons is high as fuck because I'm going out there to nothing. I'm either going to have to go back to old habits to basically survive, or you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully I find a motherfucker that's willing to look past like that. I have a past,
right?
And that shouldn't be the case. Like, you should be able to, like, if I go to prison, I serve my time, I get out, I should be able to live a life without any issues,
right?
If I want to,
and that's my point here. Is like, if I've been held accountable, so at some point, like you said, in the greater society, we don't trust the system of accountability we have.
Right.
I'd use Chris Brown for an example. A lot of people still, anytime he does anything, they bringing up what happened with him and Rihanna. Okay, that's you entitled to have your opinion. But dude done served time. Dude done been on probation. Like, he's been, and maybe it could have been or should have been harsher, but that's what was handed down to him.
Right.
And to be fair, there's people who deserve way less who receive way harsher. So fuck y'all. But like, so if somebody's actually been held accountable and served whatever, time served, punishment, whatever, and they're still trying to work their way out of that hole they dug, throwing more dirt on them, man.
Right.
Come on.
It's
man.
counterproductive.
It is.
It's counterproductive.
It is.
And I think we want to have a society of productive human beings, just so this shitty ass machine keeps going. And like, you,
because if you think about it, had let's say when R. Kelly was fucking around with Aaliyah, had shit come out, had something been charged, had he been held accountable, maybe around this time now, he could be coming out and doing his singing career again. And people be like, yeah, of course people still gonna throw dirt on you, but my nigga, you served 30 years or something. He did time. He did hard time.
Right.
He served the penalty for the things he did. Now we have to, and that's the problem. We don't have a path for bringing people back into society.
Right.
And if you're going to treat them like that, they're going to respond a certain way because we have survival instincts.
Right.
Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do then? I'm Jonathan Majors. I got all these cold-ass acting skills. And now, because such and such happened, and then I served my time where I'm held accountable, I can't get nothing. You know, now this nigga's out here, you said bagging groceries, he doing scenes in the grocery aisle.
Right,
Like,
you know what I'm
we don't
saying?
need that.
Yeah. I just want my groceries.
Yeah.
I didn't want like any monologues from like, you know, Hamlet or some shit like that. Like, it's just,
Like this nigga's crying by the flower again.
right, you know
like,
what I'm saying?
bro,
if I have to hear to be or not to be another fucking time, every time I come to this bitch.
Jonathan, you're an amazing actor.
Yeah, we recognize that.
Can I just get this box of cereal though? I got somewhere to be, man.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh, you got somewhere to be? I had somewhere to be. Like, all right,
boy,
man.
hit you with that.
Okay.
All my life I had to fight. Like, dude, that's a lady.
Okay, bro.
Yeah,
okay,
like,
listen,
God
man.
Damn. You know what? I'm just not gonna come here anymore.
I'm like, is that Denzel on aisle 11? As soon as that nigga turn.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Gotta go.
There has to be a path back, man, and that's why I'm a big advocate for restorative justice, because restorative justice is simply between the victim and the actual villain, assailant, whatever, antagonist. It takes all the middle stuff out
of it, right?
And they can determine what's of value here for us to get back to a position where society welcomes you back in,
Right?
Rather than a judge who it didn't even happen to this nigga. So when he look at a white kid that remind him of him, and he like, well, yeah, you raped 5 women, but you're a little young to be in prison.
Right. I don't want to destroy your life.
Right. When he look at a black kid that don't remind him of nothing, you know, life.
Right.
You know, it's like
throw the goddamn book at him and shit. Yo, and that's why we were watching. I sent that shit from Reddit. These kids that threw that rock over the overpass and shit. Like 3 years for the one, and then probation for the rest. Like, they killed somebody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But you know, hey,
that's one of the first.
They had the right skin tone.
That is one of the first unsolved mysteries I ever saw. On that, they used to have that show. It used to come on before America's Most Wanted, and I was watching it with my mom in Baltimore, and it was a dude who had done it 3 times, throwing cinder blocks off the overpass, and they, I think, killed 2 people. One of them was like a mom with her kid.
Oh wow!
Because it came crashing through the thing, and they, as far as I knew, they didn't find him at that time. But I just thought that was crazy. But it had me like this, like going under overpasses, like looking up. Like,
yeah, you got like Like,
hold up, nigga.
I mean, that could be a reason why I don't really fuck with highways to this day.
Yeah. Yeah. I see people standing on overpass, holding signs, stop, be checking. I be like, cinder block, nigga. I'm finna change lanes. Hey. You ain't finna get me. So, yeah, I mean, the fact that we have an unequal, biased, racist justice system doesn't help.
No.
But yeah, the piling on, man. I just think it's kind of. I'm not victim shaming, right? Because you're gonna say what you're gonna say when you're gonna say it. But if they're now accusing me of 2 or 3 things, and then you like, yeah, because back in 1998, this nigga tripped me in the hallway.
Right?
Like,
It's like, come on,
bro.
like, yeah, like. Like you've been thinking that whole time about this shit, like,
right?
That's not good for you. You know what I mean, and my man did something back in college. Like, if the person that he did it to doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to be outed, then I don't think it's anybody's right. To
it's
do
up to them to speak on their shit when they gonna speak on
exactly. Because like I said, then you're just speaking in hyperbole. You know what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
Like I don't know you from Tom, Dick, and Harry. Who's to say that you're not fucking just lying because you can't stand the dude?
Right. And that's my thing. Is like, yo, I feel like if you're in a situation again where you've experienced something with another person and you think they are liable or probable to do it again to somebody else, I feel like you have the responsibility to speak up. And it requires some courage.
Right.
When I'm going through my situation with the cult, I wasn't out here using hyperbole and fucking subtle hints. I'm naming this nigga.
Right.
nigga, fucking Ricky Rush, this nigga, him, yes, by name, because I'm thinking if anything, maybe somebody hears it. I mean, if they go there, it don't fucking matter. Like, I'm the enemy, it don't matter. But maybe somebody hears it and is like, huh, and just keeps an extra eye out.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
And maybe it saves them from something they would have experienced.
Exactly.
I feel like, all right, I've done my due diligence of, yo, I tried to share. I tried to warn. It's up to y'all. Rather than I sat on it, I ain't say nothing. And then when he get arrested 2 years from now, everybody going to be like, I knew it because back at...
Right, exactly.
Like, come on,
Why didn't
man.
you say anything beforehand?
Right.
You know
because
I
don't know. I don't know if it's... my mentality is just, who knows, man? I might actually help save somebody from experiencing that. And that's the goal there.
Well, I think that's, hopefully that's something that happened when you and the others started to speak out about the shit. Maybe it kind of, put the brakes on doing what he was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a motherfucker like that doing it for so long, I ain't gonna never get caught.
Right.
And I'm treated like this and that. Like, I literally know people that have gone to that church. If you say anything bad about him,
man, listen,
it's a problem.
Yo, niggas will scrap for that.
Right. Which is weird because, like, I always thought that was kind of weird.
Family off for that.
Right. I always thought that was kind of weird because I thought, like, you're not supposed to worship like false prophets, and that's kind of worshiping the man, not necessarily,
It's a level of loyalty that I think is only supposed to be something you have for, your moms, your kid, like that type of thing.
Right.
Nobody else
deserves that kind of deserves that kind of commitment.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about the shit and how I feel about black folks and white Jesus before. Anyway, I always thought like that, folks that rock that way are a little Stockholmish. But then, his messengers that y'all rock with too is like, yeah, I don't like these niggas is above reproach and shit. And it's like, ain't nobody above that shit. Man. Especially if they doing just like whack ass shit. Like, ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that even I mean, like you said, if it's one person, okay, but if it's a pattern of people who are saying the same shit, then there's something there.
Right.
And then I can't rock with you if there's something there.
Right. That's how, man. I think that's a problem in the annals of society, period, is that the more power you have, the less scrutiny, the less accountability. And nothing positive comes from that.
Yeah, that seems backwards.
Yeah, like people talking about the precedent that would be set by Donald Trump being arrested, but it's like, yo, this needs to happen because accountability at that level of office is unheard of.
And he would be the botard that would that would make that a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could actually see that shit. It'd be fucking hilarious. Like, I don't think he's gonna get arrested at all.
Right.
Because if it was gonna happen, it'd have been happened.
Right.
And the fact that his followers think that that's a possibility is just basically,
that was a preemptive strike
right.
on his part, and whoever advised him to do that, it was a good chess move.
It was because I'm sure they've made a shit ton of money.
They did. They said the next day, like, he had been sent by his followers. I think it was like either like $1.2 or $2 million.
Right. Which
the thought of that
makes me wish that I had that gene in me to like just griff motherfuckers because y'all are dumb. Like, a fool and his money will soon be part dumb. And I see why a motherfucker would jump from one side to the other because this one side is more willing to basically back you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. You know what I'm saying? I think we were talking about that by text a couple of days ago. It's like, well, how can we? It's like, we turn conservative. Turn ultra conservative.
Straight up.
And we
start
will
shitting
have
on Democrats, everything.
Right,
we'll have
the libtards and this
next
and
week.
that. Like,
They'll be sending us money.
Yeah.
They'll be propping us up trying to send us invites to
protecting us
Republican conventions
out there in the world and shit. They all that shit.
They be talking about us on Fox News. Well, if you've heard the we haven't found stuff podcast.
Well, we haven't. I can't say it on air, but we'll just say stuff. Those guys are on to something.
They're not listening to the fake news. They know what's going on.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? They're anti this woke culture, and none of these motherfuckers define woke if their life fucking depended on it. They don't know what it means.
Yeah, I really feel like Bannon and Roger Stone really tapped into some things when they put his campaign together that go beyond just America. Even for Bannon to like go international and start dropping that in other countries,
right? Italy,
it's literally
Germany.
Just something that's in some people, like you said, that gene or whatever, to where it's like, yo, I know that this motherfucker ain't right, is lying, but also I agree with something.
So I'm
supporting that.
So I'm supporting it.
Yeah,
like I'm willing to just forget like the morals that I have. Because
what morals?
He speaks to this one thing that I hold, in high regard.
And that's where the right, as they call it, has the left beat. Is that the left? If you watch them get questioned on some things, they might concede some stuff like that they're not doing right or that they need to do better. Right ain't conceding shit. And with that zero-sum game, that's the only way you beat them. Is doing zero-sum shit. And they willing to do it. They showed that on January 6th. They showed that with what they done to the Supreme Court. They showed that with rolling back Roe versus Wade. Like, they willing to do the shit that affects people on a daily societal level, and they do it and go to bed at night with a good
smile on their face.
Right. Chilling. And Democrats, for the most part, they not willing to do that.
Right.
At least not to that extent.
Because I think on the same token, if they do, it rocks their boat. So it all comes down to the need and want for power and the need and want for money. Like, I'm gonna keep the status quo over here because I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. As long as when it's my time, rah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
remind me of South Park.
Shake my fist and tell you what I want to do. But when I get back, I don't actually have to fucking do it.
I think it's going to lead to the rise of a Democratic figure who's very alt-rightish, but still like
a Democrat. Right, yeah. So the alt-left.
Yeah. Because he's going to have to go zero-sum also. It'd be like Bernie Sanders, but if he didn't give a fuck about people.
Right.
Like, he'd be pushing all that stuff, but also some shit that fucks people, and he just like, hey, man, that's politics.
So what you're saying is I should run for office.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Start today.
Absolutely would be that dude. Like,
they gonna pull stuff out this podcast.
Oh, man.
Your campaign will be done the same day you announce.
My life.
I'm here to announce my candidacy. Hold on. What's that? All right, we made a good run at it, folks.
Grand opening, grand closing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would pull so much shit.
We tried. We gave it a shot, and it wasn't meant to be. Thank you for all the hard work in the last 30 seconds.
Especially they found out, like, the white boys I beat up when I was younger and shit. Like, it's like, well, they deserved it. Fuck them.
Well, never.
But it had nothing to do with them being white.
They going to pull all them witnesses up.
To be white.
They going to dig up every person.
You know what I'm saying?
Every old tweet, every whatever. Whatever, man.
That's why I don't tweet. But they could look at like my burner Twitter, and like I've liked a lot of porn.
Facebook posts.
Yeah. Oh, that'd get me.
Yeah.
That'd get me. Old Facebook. Like
Same.
I had a period on Facebook where I was posting shit about like everyday life and struggles, and nobody gave a fuck. Like literally nobody gave a fuck. Like there was not like a single comment, like a like
nothing.
on everything. Nothing.
Just
me,
people just ignoring it.
Basically, me talking to my fucking self.
Just venting.
Yeah, venting. You know what I'm saying? And it came like this was maybe 4 or 5 years ago where I fucking finally realized it's like this ain't the place for that, cuz.
Yeah.
This ain't the place for that. Like now, what you get on Facebook, you get when I post a video, when I post a podcast, it's some shit that I find funny. That is fucking it.
I know. My old lady, she'd make fun of me because I just be posting memories. Just Facebook memories. Mm-hmm. She'd be like, "Oh, you posted some more memories?" I'd be like, "Yep." Because if I start getting into stuff, it might be a problem.
My sister's bad at this. Shout out to my little sister Megan. She argued with motherfuckers on Facebook. Get put in Facebook jail.
Amazing. For
arguing with motherfuckers. I'm like, I just don't have the time and energy for that shit, and I really don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't care what you think.
Yeah, like, I won't accomplish anything.
Yeah, it doesn't shape my thought pattern or anything. Like, you're not gonna convince me to think your way. And I'm not going to convince you to think mine, so it's just like a waste of time. It's just us calling each other names.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of calling each other names.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
keyboard fight.
Keyboard fight. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree. They look at my Facebook stuff. It's some very anti-American rhetoric. But that was the genius of Facebook, was at an age and time where people want to be heard, you provided a platform for just that. Yeah. Now it's so fucking out of hand that people will be heard about shit that should never be heard about. Right. Like some stuff that somebody in your family, your friends, somebody be like, "Man, no, that's fucking dumb." Like,
right. This just
They be quick, put it on video, put it on all the social media platforms, and that everyone has an opinion about everything. And that's the thing. Like, opinions used to just be local,
right?
With the exception of some people had a platform based on their standing. Now, for everybody to have a platform is fucking insane.
Right?
It's like being able to read everybody's thoughts.
Right.
There's no peace in this.
Right.
This is chaos.
Like you said, it used to be, motherfuckers who had like they had the standing to have a national, but those are also motherfuckers that you could trust. Mm-hmm. Like, regardless of what side of the argument you're on. Like, the other person, the opposite side of you was a figure that you could fucking trust. Like, you might not like what the fuck he or she is saying, but they're not full of shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And now I think you just got motherfuckers that just cosplay, whatever particular, gang they're with. You know what I'm saying? Blue or red. On some blood and crip shit. You either a donkey or elephant. So
I remember John McCain when he was doing that open forum, taking questions from people, and this lady said before he was president that Obama was a Muslim, and he cut her off. He was like, no, he is not. No, ma'am, he is not. And he wasn't taking that question. Like, just people that have some fucking something in them that's like, all right, I don't have to, like, lie. I can beat this nigga head up. Right. Or not.
You know what I'm saying? Scruples.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a motherfucker to have scruples these days, and people don't have scruples. And I honestly fucking get it. Like, it's the pursuit of status, of and what comes with that, power and money. Like,
that's why they say the people that are most positionally, like, best for those roles are people who don't want it. Because they're not seeking the status, the power, whatever. They might care for other people and care about the responsibility that
comes with it. And shit.
Instead of just I'm balling out of control, bitch. I'm over here at the mall, these fucking bitches and going crazy.
I'm spending this super PAC money and these lobbyists and shit are just, I don't have to pay. I haven't paid for a meal and like, like you said, motherfuckers who don't want to gain anything from it, and if we took money out of politics, would absolutely change the fucking game, because you probably get some shit done,
bruh. It would empty out overnight. Because who's gonna stay in it?
Right.
Who's gonna stay in it that's not getting paid? That's been getting paid.
Right.
Everybody on both sides is dipping, except for maybe like AOC.
Yeah, she gonna be there by herself.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a handful of people who like, fuck it, I'll find another way to make some money. Let's do this. And that's why I've been an advocate for that in politics and religion. I understand pastors do a lot of work, house calls, hospital visits, funerals, etc. That's part of the fucking calling.
That's a job. Yeah, that's a job.
You're not supposed to be a millionaire off this shit.
Right.
Go get you a motherfucking job at Williams Chicken in the drive-thru.
Absolutely.
Pay your
worst chicken ever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that Williams Chicken. Hold on. Tangent for a second.
Shit.
Motherfuckers who love Williams Chicken, man. Why?
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
That shit is fucking terrible, man. Like, it's the worst. Like, that's poverty chicken.
Is it that bad?
Yeah.
Poverty.
Like, nigga, hey, yo, that's worse than like Kroger or Albertsons chicken. And
Wow.
like Albertsons and Kroger chicken, because my stepdad, when him and my mom were married, used to love fucking Albertsons and Kroger chicken, would stop and get that shit all the time for dinner and look at us like, nigga, it was a treat. And it wasn't. Like, Williams chicken is fucking terrible, yo. And like, it's so bad I haven't had it in decades.
Wow.
In decades. I could be wrong. Is it better? Have you had it?
I had it maybe, I feel like it's been a year or two where I just pulled up randomly one day and got some, and it wasn't nothing to write home about.
Right. Instantly, I remember the last time I ate Williams chicken because after I ate it, I had to take a shit immediately.
Amazing.
So, I don't understand. Like,
now, Walmart got some decent chicken sometimes.
Yeah. I tell you who got
out of the grocery store.
Out of grocery store chains. And motherfuckers gonna get tired of me saying this shit. Like, HEB is just the shit. They got decent food.
Yeah.
The barbecue for a chain store, restaurant, barbecue spot is pretty good.
I haven't tried it yet.
Their pre-made meals, like, sometimes for lunch, since I work in Plano, not too far from the one in Plano, I'll go to that motherfucker, go inside and grab one of the pre-made salads, and it's like $5. And some of the ranches like $50 a piece, and I'm good. Like, they have some pretty decent pre-made joints, yo. So HEB, shout out to them. Herb E. Butts.
Who?
Herb E. Butts. That's what HEB stands for. That was that dude's name. The Butts family, thank you for coming to North Texas. I appreciate it.
I didn't know that.
You know what? Yeah, Herbie Butts.
What happened to here everything's better?
I think that's what they changed it to because
Herbie Butts, yeah. Little off-putting.
Because you could be like Herb eats butts, like he eats butts, like
we need to fact check this Herbie Butts. I believe you.
No, look it up for real. I'm serious.
Let me see.
I'm serious. Yeah,
I ain't never heard this.
I'll keep talking about HEB while you looking it up because it's a place that's awesome. They make tortillas fresh every fucking day. You can go in there and get your tortillas made by people who make tortillas and shit. That should be making tortillas and shit. You know what I'm fucking saying.
And they ain't on Wikipedia.
Yeah, you just gotta Google that shit.
Yeah.
But yo, they got the best like meat counters and shit. I didn't see in like an actual grocery store, like grocery store.
Howard Edward Butt Sr.
Did I say Herb? Okay, so Howard.
So the CEO of HEB grocery store chain.
Is he still alive?
Negative. He died in 91 at the age of 95.
Yeah, I figure it was just his family.
That
like his
motherfucker was born in 1895.
Yeah, see it. Boy had a dream. He made that dream possible. He said, "I'm not making my covenant."
Says the grocery store was founded by his mother, Florence Thornton Butt. So FTB.
So he just took the name. Okay. Hey, shout out to Howard and Florence's dead asses. I appreciate your grocery store and all its chains. Y'all could lower the prices just a tad bit. This motherfucker shit, because I would shop there all the time if it was as cheap as Walmart, but it's not. So I go to Walmart.
Nice.
But outside of that, man.
Oh, in 1935, he changed the name of the company to H.E. Butt Grocery.
That had to be some jokes back then.
Like, nobody told him, hey, bro, maybe not butt in a grocery store.
Right. Like,
so that was 35. In 1940, he moved the company headquarters to Corpus Christi, where he opened a central bakery 4 years earlier. So in 46, he shortened the company name to HEB.
So did it start in San Antonio?
It looks like it started in Del Rio, Texas. Okay. And then it moved to Laredo, and then Corpus Christi, Austin, and San Antonio.
Del Rio.
It was in Austin before San Antonio.
Okay. So yeah, Del Rio is like the valley.
Oh wait, 1926 he tried again to open a second store in Del Rio, Texas, which was successful. Okay, yeah. So in 1928 he borrowed $38,000, realizing the need to expand to areas of greater population. So he purchased a further 3 stores in the Rio Grande Valley, 300 miles to the south near the Mexican border. And it paid off because he made his company headquarters in Harlingen, Texas.
Yeah, okay.
Where they opened a distribution center.
So down there, South Texas. then moved it up to the Central, and they finally in North. Took them almost a century to get it here, but I'm happy you're here. And these motherfuckers is taking over too. Like they open up new ones everywhere.
I can't believe they all stayed with this Butt name though. Charles Clarence Butt, Margaret Eleanor Butt Crook.
So it's everything.
And it's BUTT. Like it ain't even like something else that makes it seem like
like with an E on the end.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can say but that'd be Butte. Butte.
Your car's here, Mr. Butte.
Yeah, Mr. Butte.
If you're ready.
Your reservation was at 7.
Butte, party of 5.
The Butte party of 5. Butte. Anybody in here with Butte? King, sit down.
Oh, dang. 1961, John F. Kennedy appointed Butt to the President's Committee on Equal Employment Opportunity. Didn't know that.
Oh, Howard E. Butt.
That's crazy. I just assumed it was here. Everything's better from jump.
I think that's a marketing thing. And that's probably why they did that shit.
I mean, smart because H.E. Butt Grocery don't have the
you know
same
what I'm saying?
ring to it. I'm sorry.
I don't want to.
Little H.E.B. lesson there for y'all. Y'all didn't even have to pay for it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Little history.
H.E. Butt. I'm calling it that from now on.
H.E. Butt.
H.E.
I'm going
Butt.
H.E. Butt.
I'm gonna run over to H.E. Butt and pick up some tortillas.
Hey, anything y'all want? Y'all want anything from the butt store?
Anybody need something from Butte?
for the Butte store? I'm going to Central Markets owned by the Butte family. You want
Those
anything?
Buttes know how to do groceries.
They absolutely know how to do groceries. They were out when I went there. I went there yesterday to see what the prices of briskets were, and my sister, for some odd reason, likes to eat crawfish, which is fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
Sorry.
mud bugs.
I
don't. It's too much work. Too little payoff.
Too little payoff. That's how I feel about crab legs. Like it's way too much work.
See, you got to get some East Coast crab legs.
Oh, word?
Monster. I'm talking about you pull it out. It's like a sword, nigga. That meat cup. It's beautiful. I got you. We're gonna take a trip.
Yeah.
Let you see what Baltimore is giving out there.
We need to. We talked about this shit when Ted was alive doing this shit. But going to the hip hop museum at Harvard.
Yeah,
make that happen, man.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Documenting the shit.
Oh, so Lupe is teaching some hip hop course now.
Yeah, at NC State, right?
I kind of got off of him. Well, really, and Royce. Like once they started beefing on their podcast, I kind of left both of them alone.
It's weird.
What are y'all doing?
And the fact that for me, Royce was taking Joe's side of the whole slaughterhouse thing, and it's like.
That's just some loyalty shit.
Yeah. But for what though? You know what I'm saying? It's like, my man don't want to be in a group anymore. Like the other group members should be allowed to make music. Mm-hmm. Like you either want to be in a group or you don't want to be in a group. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be in a group, be done with it.
Right.
If you do want to be in a group, so let's get to work. You know what I'm saying? Like no straddling the fucking line.
Joe has found his calling as a lightning rod in social media. So let him do that. Like, do he even rap still?
Nah.
So fuck.
Yeah, let him do it.
Let him do his thing.
Yeah, and let them do whatever they want to do with the Slaughterhouse name and image. And when he jumped on Joe's side about the shit, I was like,
I can't think of anything I've jumped on Joe's side about. I mean, I don't really listen, but anything that's even come across, I'm never like, oh yeah, Joe was right on that, and I'm like, this nigga.
Right, exactly. And like. Royce's constant defending Eminem. Like when anybody says something about Eminem, he the first one to say something.
Oh man,
I understand that's your man, but Eminem has a legacy. He doesn't need defending.
I agree.
So let these motherfuckers say what they want to, and then you go on about your business.
And if anybody is capable of defending themselves on a level in hip hop that could be a masterclass, it's Eminem.
Eminem, right?
Like this nigga make a diss track about you, he probably gonna break some rap like gold milestones and stuff. So let him do his thing.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like that's also that loyalty of, got part of this opportunity off of this. I'm always rock with my guy. I don't know. Like I feel like there's nothing wrong with being loyal. And it's not even anything wrong with taking up for your friend. But I just think you got to pick and choose the battles.
Right. When to do that shit.
Yeah. If it's every single fucking battle, and people are going to be like, all right, what's going on here?
Hey, you got something to say every time they say something about this dude. Just let it rock. Let it rock.
But yeah. I don't know where Lupe is teaching. I just remember seeing that he was somewhere.
It's either... It's now, because I think ninth is at NC State, and he's at UNC. NYU maybe. He's from Chicago, so it could be Loyola, Northwestern, or I don't know why I want to say MIT. Like, would they have like that type of shit at MIT? But yeah, I've seen the shit.
If he was teaching at MIT, it'd probably be an IG ad by now. Hi, my name is Lupe Fiasco.
You can call me Professor Lupe.
I mean, skilled lyricists, actually kind of funny when they were on the podcast, but I don't know. I'm cool without it. I don't track it. I've really stopped listening to any hip hop podcasts.
I stopped listening to podcasts in general. Like a while ago.
It grew off me.
Yeah.
I listen to Code Switch still sometimes, and I listen to Higher Learner with Van and them. Shout out to Van. And then I listen to like the Ringer stuff. So like the Prestige, when they do the reviews of the shows, or they got the rewatchables where they rewatch movies. That should be funny. That should be funny because they got time to dig up details you ain't know and stuff.
Right. I think I watch a lot of podcast videos on YouTube. Like I watched The New Heights, that's with Travis and Jason Kelsey. Catch the Ghetto Boys clips and shit.
Yes.
Which
I've seen some of them on YouTube.
I don't know if they're going to be still.
What happened with them?
Oh, you know?
No.
So Willie D and Scarface got into a heated argument about the Grammys because Scarface went and performed My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me during the hip hop tribute, and they didn't include Willie. And Willie feels like since it was a Ghetto Boy song, Scarface should have told them either no or I'll do one of my joints, but not My Mind Is Playing Tricks on Me, which in a sense I get. Willie should have been.
But he does know that nobody hears that song and thinks, yo, shh, Willie D's part is coming.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. That's Face all day.
I mean, yes, but I think, honestly, I want to say that the verse from that joint that resonates more with me was Bushwick's. That's the one that I know.
Yeah.
This year, Halloween was.
It stands out even. Yeah, right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if in the.
But I think Willie wrote it.
He ain't perform it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I see both sides of the argument. Like, Scarface, like, I went to keep the Ghetto Boys brand on par. I represented. I went and I did it. Willie's like, yeah, nigga, but you went and did it without me. I should have been included because it's not Ghetto Boy, it's Ghetto Boys. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But on the same token, like, what was you gonna do? Just stand on stage? Because it was the face verse they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, he would literally have to just be doing parts of Face's verse, which I've seen,
like doing the ad libs.
Yeah. And I get it. Like, yeah, you in the group, we should both be there, but you gotta know also in this pantheon of rap where Face is versus you.
Right.
I feel like this is just an awareness of yourself moment. And maybe Face could humble out and be like, hey, bro, you right. I should have. I didn't. Whatever.
He kind of did at the end, but was still like, I still went and did, represented for, for the crew.
So what, they haven't done an episode since then?
This last episode that I've seen a clip of today, it was just Willie. Still the Ghetto Boys podcast.
He didn't say nothing about where Face was?
No, I just introduced a guest and let the guest go into her story. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the few podcasts that have like hip hop centric hosts that I can actually fuck with. Like, I don't fuck with Drink Champs anymore.
Yeah, I let that go. Man. After they gave Kanye all that platform, I'm like, all right, y'all niggas is wilding.
Yeah, I was done way before that. Like,
yeah, I know.
Nori went from being one of my favorite artists to just one of them cats that I'm just kind of like, eh.
Nori is funny, man, and he's naturally humorous. It's just at the point where he got in this podcast, you can tell that maybe he started intermingling more with some of the higher echelon guys like Puff, Jay, because the way he talks about them is like he worships them.
Right.
And because of that, so then you got somebody like, yay, that's how you dealing with this nigga. And it's like, bro, they a nigga like you.
Right.
You know, came from the streets, picked up the mic. Like, why are you treating them like they just whatever?
Right.
Like, respect, but also, you put your pants on one leg at a time
too.
like me.
Right, exactly.
So that's just too much for me, man. And it really came out more clearly, I guess, to me with the Ye stuff, because a lot of the shit he was saying, he need to be checked on, and you just like, okay, yeah, okay, and I'm like, come on,
and then they use the cop out of like the whole, I'm a journalist, like yeah, okay, borderline. If you want to call yourself that,
right?
I mean, I see you as a nigga with a mic,
right?
And a you know, and people that are willing to listen to you, but like journalists, like it's like shitting on like Ted Koppel and the rest of them boys and girls,
right?
Like those are journalists, and you just a nigga with a mic. You know what I'm saying? It's like you had
right, because research to you is YouTube videos,
right? You know what I'm saying? Quick look, glance at your Wikipedia page.
And that I think that's why I like and rock with Van, because not only has he challenged Kanye on TMZ, but even to this point, like they'll have guests on and he'll challenge them on the podcast, you know, to an extent. I've seen him like softball some people, but he'll even, you know, pick up that verbiage and stuff from people on Reddit or whatever. He'll address it. He'll say something about it. So it's like he ain't really running from it. It's like, you know, yeah, I'll challenge some people. And then maybe he got off days or whatever, but I respect that because you ain't just letting everybody slide through. Use your platform to take a shit and you offering it up like it's roses. Like
exactly,
you gotta call some people out on stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta start listening to that shit. It's hard for me because I feel like, hey, we do this shit, like you know, niggas that own McDonald's don't go eat Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
do they might sneak
they might sneak over there. It's like, I just want something flame broiled.
Nobody would even recognize them, but they still wear a fake mustache.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Can I get a flame broiled patty, please?
Sure, sir. How's 1935 treating you? Like,
why are you talking like
right?
that?
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga got a whole hamburger car. No, I'm not associated with any other restaurant. Thank you.
Big and quick, no dilly dally. Go hoy hoy.
With haste, Jethro. With haste.
Sure. Shit, we got a dude that's time traveling. Apparently
Man,
he wants a burger. So it's like, let's get him one.
So yeah, it's only a couple podcasts I'll be rocking with. The list is I subscribe to a few, but I only actually listen to probably 3 of them. It's gotten to that point.
I got to the point where I had to start deleting downloads of podcasts and shit just to clear space on my phone. So yeah. I guess another topic, and probably make this maybe the last one before we do the exclusive joint. In case y'all motherfuckers didn't know, the premium subscription thing for Patreon is still out there. $5 a month. You get like an extra 30 minutes of the episode that nobody else gets to hear except for your ass because you paid for it. So
exclusive.
It's like $5 a month, yo. Like, you spend more on fucking coffee or OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
So, $5 a month, Patreon. Send the link tree. Speaking of, I need to fix the link tree now that we're with the new podcast host, Podbean. And we left the cast because they were ass.
Okay.
At least to me, they were. Like, that'd be a whole episode, so I ain't gonna even go into it. But
Alrighty then.
yeah, so check us out on Patreon. All the other links should still be fine. There's some other platforms that we're on that I saw that we weren't on before. So if that's like where you like to watch them at, I think it's like Boombox or something radio, something Samsung. We are like on Samsung podcast. I didn't know Samsung had their own podcast.
I was not aware.
So we're on that too. So you can listen to the podcast on your TV if you have a Samsung TV.
We going places, boy.
Are we? Yeah, we're going to Podbean. Yeah, that's the place we're going.
That's
it.
That's the place.
So, yeah, Patreon, $5 a month. Eventually, there should be more tiers. There will be more tiers, but kind of have to have that need for it. So right now, it's just a $5 one. But what I want to talk about, I guess, is our final topic, is the Chris Rock special. Now, everybody has their opinion on the special. I thought that it was humorous in parts. I thought that the last 10 minutes were probably the best. And, of course, the last 10 minutes are when he talked about the slap and Will Smith.
The slap
and
heard around the world.
To me, he laid that shit out pretty good, pretty perfect. He did mess up a joke, and he corrected it. But the problem that I have with the last 10 minutes is a statement that he made. And he was talking about why he didn't retaliate. Mm-hmm. And he was like, because I was raised, which, of course, we're all raised by somebody. And he didn't want to do that in front of white people. I can't slap this.
That was his mic drop moment too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the last, almost like the last, 3 minutes of the last shit he said.
He really felt like that was strong,
right? Yeah, and it wasn't. My problem with that statement, and any black folks that use that statement, is fuck you. Why? We have to get over that thing. And I know it's a generational thing, because I even remember my mom, don't make me embarrass you in front of all these white people, whenever we went into something. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make me do this, don't make me do that in front of these white folks. They don't give a fuck about what they do in front of us, so why do we give a fuck about what we do in front of them? That's an old.
And it was never any other culture. Like, you didn't walk in the Chinese place and she'd be like, "Maybe whoop your ass in front of these Chinese."
Right,
people.
you know what I'm saying? Mexican restaurant. Don't
Yeah.
make me whoop your ass in front of all these Mexican people. It was always.
But like you
white
said,
people.
So then that's generational, and a measure of that comes from there are certain things they couldn't do in front of white people for safety reasons,
Right.
back in the day. But then as we got older, it seems like it just became that whole certain things you don't do in quote mixed company ideal, which to me, I get it, and also at the same time, it feels a little antiquated. Right. I get it, because there's a certain level of inclusion that white people enjoy when it comes to black people and their groups and jokes and etc. Right? Where you can be in the mix to a certain extent, but we're going to get to a certain level that you're not going to understand. Or if you try to understand, you're going to say the wrong shit. So it's we can only go so far within the culture with that.
Yeah.
But so here's my pushback, devil's advocate. Because I think when we were talking about it before, you were saying they don't do us like that. It's not like, you can't do this in front of black people. Don't make me do it. But there are things they don't do around us, financial things, that is strictly and exclusively with their family. And that's how they continue to cede land to each other, have financial institutions and stuff. So it's they have their things. They maybe don't just have to announce it. You just know.
We do. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get niggas in on none of this getting money shit.
But a part of that announcing it too is just that the risk of public embarrassment by a parent, essentially. And like you said, so then it carries on. But for him, so sure, maybe I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't do it because he's like, I want to host the Oscars again. And if I stand up and fight this nigga, I might not get that opportunity. On the other side, maybe because this nigga trained and practiced to be Muhammad fucking Ali, and he gonna beat your ass if you take one swing at him.
Right.
Who knows?
Right. And I'm in the belief, the group of folks that wouldn't have done that shit to anybody else other than somebody he knew.
He wouldn't have done it to The Rock.
He wouldn't have done it to The Rock.
He wouldn't have done it to Batista.
He wouldn't have done it to Batista. He wouldn't have dared done it to Mike Tyson.
Oh God.
Yeah. And even though Mike says he probably would have, you know what I'm saying?
No way.
And
no way.
Yeah, no way. And we talked about this before when the shit happened. Like, there's certain ways to handle the shit. Like, you could have handled the shit off stage. The whole rumble and shit, the whole slap could have happened. You could have still slapped the nigga off stage. You know what I'm saying? But right then and there, it's just like, it just seemed like, and then the whole speech afterwards is just weird. And then to find out, according to Tony Rock, Will said that he tried to reach out, a couple of days afterwards, and Tony said, no, none of that shit happened. He said, as far as he knows, it hasn't happened at all. So, like, that's like my thing. It's like, like, the whole situation was whack anyway. It definitely made me look at Will a little different, but this special made me look at Chris a little different too.
The issue here, though, is still systemic, which is no matter who they are, in the back or forefront of everyone's mind is that same old Caucasian American catchphrase called black on black crime. And that is what we're all either opposed to, not necessarily like that, the term, or that's what it was, but that's when we say, yo, don't do this in front of them. It's like we're trying not to live up to the stereotypes.
Right.
We're trying not to validate them, but also
not give them that. Aha, see,
right.
I told you.
Right.
I told you.
Niggas can't even host an award show without getting violent.
I get it.
But also, I'm beyond that. Nigga, you slapped me. Like, I have to protect myself. I don't know if you about to do it again. And if you decide to walk away, I'm diving on your ass.
Right.
Something.
I mean, Chris had the opportunity because as soon as he slapped him, he did turn his back on him. Boy. That'd have been a mistake with me.
Boy.
That'd have been
I'm talking about
mistake.
punching the back of that head.
Oh, my God. He'd have ate so many punches to the back of his head, it wouldn't have been funny. It wouldn't even been funny. Wouldn't even been funny. One, I don't think I would have made a joke about Jada because I don't give a fuck about Jada Pinkett Smith.
That's not even low hanging fruit,
right?
Like, it's just for what?
Well, for what?
So I mean, I get it. Some people are like, "Yo, it seemed like he had a vendetta, like he just kept fucking with her and stuff." And maybe for him, this is the trouble with it. Some comedians go to certain places because they're comfortable. It's a safe place to whatever. And I don't know why he felt like that was safe. He ended up finding out it was not safe.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But who the fuck is...
It's not the first time of me hearing about Chris sort of being a mean-spirited type person. Like, I think a couple of other comedians have said it. Flavor Flav said, like, yeah, it's like this nigga has to make fun of you, like, in order to be funny. Like, he had to be mean, and I don't rock with him like that.
Yeah.
But on the same token, it's like... he's a comedian, you know what I'm saying? It's like, everybody can be joked on, like, especially, like, and that's the whole thing. It's like I don't understand the whole slapping him because that's where we come from. That's who we are as black people. Like, if you wore fucked up jeans to school, you got joked on, and like you weren't gonna fight 20, 30 people because they made fun of your jeans. Like, you just gonna take them jokes all day,
right? You got to learn to roast back.
Right.
That's how you fought back.
Yeah, and I bring up the jeans part because my mom's bought me some Wranglers when I was in high school.
Wait. Save this for after.
Talk about
there
that.
There you go. Save that.
There's our 30 minutes right there. So,
yeah.
to me, it's just kind of weird for the whole incident to happen anyway, and then like Chris with his whole shit.
It was ridiculous, man, all around. And I mean, we can litigate what should and should not have happened. At the end of the day, it went down. The way they're handling it now, I'm kind of not giving a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't watch his special. I saw the last few minutes. So I saw that line. I didn't feel like it was as strong as he thought it was. I get the gist of the point you're making, but I'm more inclined to think he probably was just scared, and that's fine.
Right.
You know, Kevin Hart talks about not being able to fight. Like, it's a lot of comedians that's like, yeah, I can't fight. And I ain't finna. He talk about his girl getting him in situations where he gonna get his ass whooped. And he like, girl, you better, hey.
Yeah, chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out.
It's like, if you can't squab, you can't squab. Like, that's, we're adults. You shouldn't even be in a position where you got to do that.
Right, exactly.
You definitely should be in a position where you got to do that against somebody who trained to play the greatest of all time, nigga. What? This nigga trained to be Muhammad Ali. Okay, I'm just gonna continue to leave that out there. Maybe did we ever think maybe he slapped him because he knew if he punched him, he would knock him out?
I think he slapped him that, and if he had punched him, it definitely would have been a wrap for him.
Yeah,
there was some thought in the shit.
Yeah.
There was some thought in the shit.
It's premeditated.
Yeah,
it's premeditated.
There was some thought. It was some thought in the shit.
Because that if you knock him unconscious, that's you going to jail.
Oh, absolutely.
That's assault. Like, you can't even talk your way out of that.
Technically, the slap was a fucking assault. Chris decided not to press charges. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's the thing. So if I'm Chris Rock, I just got slapped by Will Smith. If I even fall and hit the ground and like hit my face, yo, you going to jail. But if you just do that and then hold your face or whatever, it's like, oh, okay, well, he's all right. I mean, it is assault, but he ain't dead.
Right.
He ain't even unconscious. So Chris should have acted. I mean, he ain't that great at it, so maybe that's why he didn't. But
I think he did a pretty good job in Fargo.
He actually did. I watched that.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job in Fargo.
He actually did. That's true. I can't help but think about either New Jack City, Chris Rock,
or CB4.
Not even CB4. God, I didn't even think of that. I'm thinking of I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Oh,
this
how much was ribs? Just one rib.
$5.99.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
How about?
Yeah,
like, man.
Yeah.
Dead Pookie with your funky black ass. I don't need no man. I smell like stir fried shit, man. Terrible. But, yeah, man. I don't know. I understand still the core concept of doing things in mixed company. I understand your point that we shouldn't make this a culture-wide mantra, so to speak. But then, I don't know. I don't know the workaround for it. It's just going to always be things that are too... Like, there's things that Asian people do that they don't... I think, we're just the only ones that announce it.
Right.
We announce... Maybe we should stop doing that.
Stop announcing
it.
And stop being so willing to let motherfuckers into our shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few cookout invitations that, you know, we probably need to take back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That, you know,
I think that's our nature, though, is that we want people to feel included sometimes. Versus us always feeling excluded and not getting that reciprocation.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying, man. That's why.
I mean, it's a hope that if we invite to the party also, that we'll also get invited to the party, but doesn't seem to happen. And that's like,
you invite them to the barbecue and then you be like, oh, no, it's cool. You know, you my people. You show up and they like, can I help you?
Right.
And you like, yeah, I just came for the party. Oh, I'm sorry. Bye.
You know what I'm saying?
You're like, damn.
James, is it? Like, what the fuck, you know my name? So it's James. Like,
I would love to stay here and chat. I'm going to have a conversation with Mr. Butts, and I'll be back later.
You know, the Butte family.
The Buttes.
The old HEB.
I will not forget that.
Booty.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't appreciate that final statement.
Yeah.
I think it's something that we need to dead as a community. There's a lot of shit that I think we should dead as a community. that ain't gonna happen because motherfuckers ain't willing to let go of shit like Jesus. Even though the book says he's not. But also, you know, shit, like, they don't give a fuck what they do around us. You don't see that shit when, you know, the Sabres win the Stanley Cup and they tearing up Buffalo. Not a single thought is given to, well, we don't want black folks to see this. We don't want them thinking this is how we act. So go out there, have a good time. Don't tear anything up.
But they have the safety in knowing that when they do it, it's not going to be called looting.
Right.
It's going to be called a sports riot or some fans got out of control.
Rambunctious behavior.
They're going to be covered by media outlets. They're going to be covered by the police not doing nothing to them. So it's like they have a different level of safety in doing those things than we do. I said that to somebody the other day. I was like, yo, I think it was my coworkers because they started talking about it. I ain't going to. But I was like, we know as a community, had any 100 black people tried to storm the fucking Capitol, niggas would have died at the gates.
Oh, automatic.
We'd have been dead at the railing.
Right. What's the street that runs in front of the Capitol?
Oh, Pennsylvania Ave?
No. Pennsylvania Ave?
I think maybe.
What, Pennsylvania Ave? What's the furthest street away from the Capitol?
Georgia Avenue.
So Pennsylvania and Georgia, there'd been a bunch of dead motherfuckers.
Yeah.
On the streets.
Done.
Absolutely done. Absolutely.
They'd be like, what happened? Well, we heard they were planning the storm. So any of them that looked in the direction of the Capitol, we took them down.
Right. Motherfuckers just minding his business.
Right.
Trying to go to Ben's Chili Bowl. Got murked.
Bap, bap, bap.
Dead.
Done.
So, yeah. So
it's a two-tiered society. We know it. And I think we as consistent, for lack of a better word, victims of white people's oppression and tyranny are trying to find ways to cope with it actively and consistently because it happens all the time. Mm-hmm. It ain't like less black people get gunned down in the street now. It still happens regularly. We get abused, we get killed in jail, we get all kind of stuff with no accountability for whoever does it. I mean, unless they're a police officer of color, then they might.
Oh, yeah, then they're going to jail.
Yeah.
Like the next day.
Right. Sorry, Carlos. I know you thought you had some benefits, but not so much.
You know that blue wall of silence? Yes, stops here.
Yeah, sorry.
So we're going to arrest you now.
You're one of us. Keep hope alive.
Good luck.
That look they give you when they done already called the police on you?
Right. Don't drop the soap.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's what our generation and the generation before us is. We are the coping mechanism generation, and that's where a lot of that stuff comes from. Like, don't show out in front of white people. Don't do this in mixed company. Don't do that because we're coping with society and trying to move along with the transitions. But when you got people working hard to set us back, then what?
Right.
You know, motherfuckers is changing history books and shit. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, to me, that's and like just looking at the example of the shit, I was like, the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, there's some things missing.
Straight up,
some things missing. So, you know, you got to take the opportunity to educate your own kids on what the fuck happened, because leave it up to these motherfuckers, they damn sure ain't gonna do it. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on that shit. Like you said, we're about to do this little extra portion of the podcast.
Exclusive.
So, check the link tree, check the Patreon. Go ahead, sign up. $5 a month. We appreciate your patronage.
Exclusive.
So yeah, that's it. Like I don't want y'all to miss out.
For sure.
What do you mean? You know, make sure y'all just listening.
We coming with it.
Yeah, just
coming with it with the stories. It's unfiltered. It's unprocessed. It's wild.
Well, our shit is pretty much unfiltered already.
This is more. This is, you know how they used to have Girls Gone Wild, and then it'd be like Girls Gone Wild XXX.
Mm-hmm.
Like we on that one.
Oh, a little bit different.
Yeah. Going even harder.
They doing butt stuff.
That's what that
Let's
means.
put it out there. It means that
Nice.
XXX means butt stuff is on the table. Y'all, just listen. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on the things on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all that shit. Y'all know what it is. This has been We Ain't Found.
We ain't found shit.
Long live the
See?
Charlatan.